day like any other at this McDonald's near Oak Brook, Illinois recently. Until that is...
Hello, hello.
Ronald McDonald's boss got hungry.
How you all doing?
That's McDonald's CEO Don Thompson, the man in charge of the biggest restaurant chain in the world. If you think having the big cheese on site might make employees a little nervous, well, you're right. Except that Thompson is disarmingly down to earth.
I'm in today, man. It'll be you and I, rest of the shift, me and you.
So can you still do every one of those positions? Can you still go cook fries? You can still cook a burger?
I can still cook fries. I can still cook burgers. I offer quite a bit. Most of the time they'll tell me, get out of the kitchen, Don. Go back out there and do what you do. The preparation table as we see it.
In the kitchen, Thompson is as happy as a Happy Meal. And he seems just as blissful back at headquarters.
He actually whistles while he works.
Hello, Miss Pam.
His meetings
Mr. Easterbrook.
often begin with manhunt. We even found him humming to himself at his desk. It's tempting to think he doesn't have a care in the world, but you'd be wrong.
We have 35,000 restaurants. We're a big target. If you attack McDonald's, you'll get press. And so, you know, just about any and everyone will attack McDonald's for something. So this is the worldwide headquarters. So
Thompson took the reins at McDonald's 2 years ago as its first African-American CEO. His charge? To make the Golden Arches golden again. A recent Consumer Reports survey of fast food restaurants ranked McDonald's as the worst tasting burger in the industry. Sales have been in a downward spiral, with competitors like Chipotle, Wendy's, and Taco Bell eating McDonald's profit share for lunch and breakfast.
I'm Ronald McDonald.
Ronald McDonald.
I'm Ronald McDonald, and I love Taco Bell's new breakfast.
Do you think expectations were any higher for you when you took this job?
the fact that I'm African American probably calls it out more. If the bar is a little bit higher in some regards, it's always been a little bit higher. It's not a new thing for me to be an African American. It's new to be an African American CEO.
Thompson grew up in the shadow of Chicago's Cabrini Green, the nation's most notorious public housing project.
So what was your experience with McDonald's growing up?
I think there was one McDonald's in our neighborhood. And I do remember my grandmother and I, who raised me, I remember walking by the McDonald's. I'd like to have a McDonald's. And I remember her distinct words, "We're going home, I'll make you a McDonald's."
Eating out was a luxury. Liz, his wife of 26 years, grew up nearby, just across the street from the Cabrini Green high-rises everyone called the projects.
I don't like using the word project. Nobody wants to feel like they're part of a project.
They both made it out of the neighborhood, as they call it. They met studying engineering at Purdue University.
And I do remember he had on a blue polyester jacket with tan polyester pants.
It was the only jacket I had.
It was the only suit he had.
He doesn't have that suit anymore, but we did find Liz's old row house.
Yeah, this is where I lived, right down this path right here.
It's long since been abandoned.
I would not trade it for anything in the world.
You really wouldn't trade it?
I wouldn't trade the way I grew up for anything. That was pure. That was life and that was love all on that street right there.
This was a beautiful childhood.
It was a wonderful
Money
childhood.
doesn't solve all the problems.
But hard work, he says, can solve a lot. He started at McDonald's 24 years ago as an engineer, robotics and the like, helping keep the kitchen equipment, like the French fryers, all high-tech. Although he never went to business school, something about management struck him. So one day, he decided to put his engineer's pocket protector aside and picked up a spatula instead.
Great taste. And at McDonald's, back then, it didn't matter what degree you had. If you didn't understand mustard, ketchup, onion, and pickles, you didn't understand business. You didn't understand McDonald's. You had to know how to make a hamburger. You had to know how to clean out a fry vat. You had to clean a restroom, wipe a table, take an order.
What are you thinking doing all that and you've got this degree in engineering
You
and
know
you're
what?
cleaning the bathroom?
I never look back. It's interesting that you ask it now, Lee. I never looked back at the time.
No wonder. He now makes upwards of $9 million a year as the McDonald's CEO.
What do we want? When do we want it?
But that kind of executive pay has become one of the focal points in the nation's minimum wage debate. Recently, thousands of hourly employees staged sit-ins, to claim their share of the fast food profits. They're demanding McDonald's, among other fast food chains, supersize their wages from around $8 or $9 an hour up to $15.
I think there are probably a lot of folks who would think that you could be more sympathetic, I guess, with the plight of folks who say they want to get paid more.
Yeah.
Are you?
I can't bemoan anyone for saying I want to make more money so I can take care of my family. I admire it. I don't want any of our employees at McDonald's to be of a mindset that what I am is a minimum wage anything.
In a recent meeting at the White House, Thompson told the president he would support a federal minimum wage hike as long as it was phased in slowly. In the meantime, he says, McDonald's will continue to invest in its people if they invest back in the company.
Today at McDonald's, 60% of our franchisees started as hourly employees. 60% of those that own restaurants in the U.S. started as hourly employees.
But his biggest battle is the oldest battle. The perception that fast food is junk food. It's not all healthy, to be sure, but the menu isn't what it used to be.
I don't believe that there is junk food. I don't believe that there is a forbidden food.
That's McDonald's executive chef, Dan Kudrow. Yes, McDonald's has an executive chef. He came from, get this, the fine dining world of the Four Seasons hotels.
Where else do you get to play with your food?
He's the brains behind McDonald's healthy breakfast offerings.
It's fresh brewed McCafe coffee and the freshly grilled Egg White Delight McMuffin. Great
Those Egg White Delights, along with oatmeal, are just two of nearly 2,000 menu ideas he and his team come up with in this test kitchen every year.
It has to hit a very rigorous process to get from this kitchen to the restaurant.
No one has done more to make changes relative to adding milk, fruits. We've tried vegetables. No one has done more in that arena than McDonald's. No one has done more.
To prove it, Thompson is now turning to social media.
At what point in the process do we inject the pink slime?
We don't use that in our burgers.
A new PR campaign has professional skeptic and former Mythbusters host Grant Imahara answering some of the grossest online questions sent in by consumers.
Are there lips and eyeballs in there, Jimmy?
No, it's 100% beef trimmings.
What's it like for you when there is slings and arrows that come his way?
It's tough. They don't know him, right? They don't know the man that I know.
With 35,000 restaurants in more than 100 countries, there's no denying McDonald's influence. It affects everything from agriculture to animal welfare to food safety.
Tuesday afternoon.
But when it comes to the man responsible for it all, Don Thompson doesn't think of himself as the head of some iconic brand. He sees himself as his wife does, the same guy who started on the grill all those years ago.
Doesn't matter what job you do. If you're the greatest maintenance person at McDonald's for 30 years, but you are that person that makes everybody happy, you enjoy what you do, how you do it, everybody loves you and you love them, you're a blessed person, you know. And so that's the way we've lived our life. And it's a little too late to change.